Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in to today's second video. Got quite a big video coming up for you today. We are looking at the long-range models for summer 2023. Yes, this is the first summer 2023 season one roundup. We're getting 15 long-range models together from the world's leading forecast centres to see what they are all showing for summer 2023 for the first time this season, and I shall get on with that for you in a moment. Otherwise, it's an interesting watch to see what the long range models have got to say. So I'll get on with that for you shortly. Just saying that the first video today for 6 a.m. upload, got weekend forecast and a 10 to 14 day coming along later on today. Please check out all of today's content, like, share, subscribe. Thank you so very much, everybody, for doing that. Thank you so to Richard for the amazing and lovely summer 2023 updates gift. Thank you so much, Rich, for our gift. I love it. I love the gift. Thank you so much, my friend. Okay, let's crack on then, shall we, with the first summer 2023 seasonal roundup. So we're going to begin, as always, with CanSip. So dealing with the North American models first of all, and then we should go to Europe, then we should go to Asia. So, yeah, we're going to start off with CanSips from tropicaltidbits.com. And this is the mean sea level pressure anomaly for summer 2023 from CanSip. So we can see that overall a rather weak anomaly, but overall a little bit of higher pressure may be favoured to be to our north and west. So a little bit of an anticyclonic signal for the summer, albeit quite a weak one. CanSips is forecasting that the temperatures will be average to a little bit above average this summer, not excessively hot, but you know, around half a degree to 1 degree above average. And precipitation wise, not much of a signal, maybe hints at being a little bit on the drier side just to our north and west, but overall no particular signal or average for precipitation with CanSips for this summer. Right, NWME suite of models next, starting off with NASA. This is the temperature anomaly from NASA for summer 2023. Again, going for a rather warmish summer in those orange colours on the temperature scale. That's around half to 1 degree above average. So not excessively hot summer, but certainly a rather warm than average summer. Again, not much signal for precipitation from NASA. Perhaps a little bit on the west side, just to our north and west, but overall, you know, very weak signal. This is GM Nemo, and we can see that the temperature anomaly for summer with this one is average just a little bit above. More southern areas, again in most orange colours, that's around half a degree to 1 degree above average. So, you know, near normal temperatures actually further north, cooler further north, and just a little bit above average further south. And again, with GM, not much of a signal for precipitation there either. And then we've got NCAR. Now, this will be going for a rather hotter summer, especially so for England and Wales in those red colours. So on the temperature scale, that's 1 to 2 degrees above average. That's quite a hot summer. And also no particular signal for precipitation again. So either average or no signal with NCAR for rainfall this summer. This is the temperature probability forecast from IRI. Of course, IRI is the International Research Institute for Climate and Society from Columbia Climate School. Try saying all that lot when you've had a few glasses of magic water, which I haven't. I have to, you know, I'm going to say that I haven't, but I'm stabbing it to get it out. But there we go. That's what happens when you've had a chunk of your tongue removed, isn't it? But imagine trying to say that when you've had a load of magic water as well as having a chunk of your tongue removed. Anyway, never mind about that. So, temperature probability forecast from IRI for the summer of 2023 looks like this. Quite a warm summer, indicating for Ireland, England and Wales, but a cooler summer actually indicated for Scotland. I'm not sure what sort of pattern would deliver that, but probabilities are favouring rather below average temperatures for Scotland and above average temperatures for Ireland, England, Wales. Most parts of Europe, you will notice, the probabilities are favouring a relatively warm summer. Interesting about Scotland, particularly northern Scotland, has the strongest probability of a cooler than average summer throughout the whole of Europe, actually. So, quite strong probability of that. But I'm not sure what sort of weather pattern would bring that. Anyway, that's how the probability looks there. And in terms of the precipitation probability for this summer, overall favouring a rather wetter summer, especially so for England and Wales, but only weakly so at 40%. And then Talpeng's analogues looking like this. So this is a 200 millibar height anomaly from Talpeng for summer 2023. Remember, Patal does things a little bit different. He's looking at sea surface temperature anomalies in any given season or month, and then refers back to previous years had a similar sea surface temperature anomaly, and then creates an analogues-based forecast going forward as he took over, of course, a couple of years ago, from Hugh Vandendoel. Wow. Our good friend Hugh. Anyway, 200 millibar height only placing a trough of below average heights over and to the west of the UK and Ireland, combined with a blocking area of high pressure. It looks like Patal-Payne's analogues are favouring an unsettled summer, goodness gracious me, with low pressure in control. That leads us to have temperature anomalies even, that are no better than average, maybe a little bit below average for parts of Scotland. And the precipitation anomaly favours being slightly wetter than average, if anything. So a bit of a cool, wet summer forecast there from Patal-Payne for the summer of 2023. And then CFSV2, a 700 millibar height anomaly looks like this, with above average height sitting to our north. In this white area, north and east, in this white area, we've probably going to have a trough of low pressure through there. So with high pressure to our north and northeast, low pressure to our west southwest, and probably quite an unsettled summer, but potentially quite a warm summer. This could be like volatile. Maybe a bit thundery, bit wet, bit stormy, that sort of thing. So this is the first one that we've seen that looks volatile. The temperature anomaly is average to, it's a bit above average, a relatively warm summer. Indicates again on the temperature scale, the orange colours around half degree, 1 degree above average. So not an extreme hot summer, but certainly on the warmer side, but also a wetter summer as well. So again, warm, wet, could be volatile, could be thunder. Wow. Convective fans. That will get the interest going, I'm sure. Right, that's North American models done. Let's come over to Europe, starting with ECMWF. So this is the mean sea level pressure anomaly for summer 2023 from the ECMWF. Now this one looks pretty good if you want a dry, hot summer. Got a big area of above average heights, high pressure sitting right over the top of the country, really. And with that, winds will be coming in from an easterly direction. So the temperature anomaly is above average, perhaps not as hot as you might have thought, given the anticyclonic signal. Again, on the scale, the orange colours around 1.5 degree to 1 degree above average. So a warm summer rather than a hot summer. And also a rather dry summer is indicated there. With those drier than average precipitation anomalies. I reckon that could be a hotter summer though than the model predicts. Copernicus suite of models next, starting with Meteo France. How's this one looking? Very weak signal in terms of mean sea pressure anomaly. There is some low pressure around Greenland and also Scandinavia, but otherwise let's put in a question mark. The temperature anomaly, however, looks very warm or hot for this summer across much of Western Europe in those orange to red colours. So that's half a degree to 2 degrees above average on the temperature scale. So a very warm or hot summer is indicated through most parts of Western Europe with this summer. And the precipitation anomaly, again, very weak seal, but a little bit on the drier side, so perhaps not that far away from what ECMWF is doing. DWD looks like this for German model. Again, has lots of low pressure within high latitudes, some high pressure in the middle of the North Atlantic. So the temperature anomaly nowhere near as hot with DWD as it is with Meteo France. So average above average, yellow to orange. So that's near normal to around 1 degree or so above average. And not much of a signal again for precipitation with the DWD model. ECCC looks like that, placing some higher pressure to our north. This is not that far away from the ECMWF. Some higher pressure sitting over just to the north. We can't bring wind in from an easterly direction. Of course, east is in summer. It's quite a warm, sometimes hot wind direction. The temperature anomaly forecast to be above average there with the ECCC. And also a rather dry summer is indicated. So I think the European models are looking drier for this summer and potentially warmer compared to the American models that we just saw. And then finally, for Copernicus, or not quite finally actually, penultimately, let's say, then, we've got the CMCC with low pressure to the north with mean pressure anomaly. So temperature anomaly is again above average, not excessively hot but warmer than average summer indicated, and not much signal for precipitation. And then lastly for Copernicus is the JMA, and I always think of this as like on its own, really, because, you know, the JMA is their own sort of meteo service. Anyway, never mind about that. JMA means, I'm off on a tangent. JMA means sea level pressure anomaly has high pressure towards Scandinavia for this summer, which might favour like a bit of an easterly type flow. The temperature anomaly for this summer is indicated to be rather warmer than average, a little bit on the mild average side of it, again, not excessively hot. And again, with the JMA, we don't see all that much of a signal for precipitation. Sticking with the Asian thing, this is the Beijing Climate Center, and this would be 500 millibar height anomaly with above average heights in the middle of the North Atlantic, and trough of low pressure over, and also to the east of the UK island, which would lead to us bringing in the wind from a northwesterly direction, a little bit of northwest-southeast alignment to the wind flow and the jet stream. A cooler than average summer is being predicted there by the Beijing Climate Center, only slightly, but in those pale blue colours, which on the temperature scale is going to be around half a degree below average. So slightly cooler than average summer indicated there. Beijing Climate Center, a little bit unusual, and also a wetter than average summer. So that's not great, is it? That's kind of it, like Talpen's analogues, actually. I think quite an unsettled, cool, and rather wet summer is indicated from the Beijing Climate Center. And then lastly, we've got our very own UK Met Office GWV 5, and the mean sea level pressure anomaly with this one shows high pressure sitting over and to the north of the country, and that would lead to us bringing in the wind from an easterly direction, so an anticyclonic summer is seen there. Again, in line with a lot of the European models, temperature anomalies are average to slightly above average, not excessively hot, but on the temperature scale, in those sort of orange type colours, around 1 degree above average, not going into the red bow, so not a really hot summer, but certainly warmer than normal. And with high pressure dominating Northern Europe, we get a rather drier than average summer indicated there from the UK Met. And we're done. So, that was interesting, wasn't it? That was quite interesting. You know, quite a range of outcomes and possibilities, as you expect, because this is only the first update. We've got 2 more to do at the end of April, and then the end of May before we release the GavsWeatherVids Summer 2023 forecast. So you would expect quite a lot of discrepancy and, you know, incremental variation in this first update, and that's what we see there. Although there is a trend for, obviously, for the summer to be a little bit warmer than average. The question is whether we have a rather unsettled summer or whether we have, you know, a more high pressure dominated summer. So the actual pattern is quite mixed across the range of models. Anyway, that's it for your first Summer 2023 Season 1 Roundup. We have got a summer update coming up for you tomorrow. That could be quite interesting watch as well. I think that's update number 4, isn't it? So we're cracking on with our summer updates. It won't be long before we're back on the winter updates. I don't suppose, given the way time flies these days. But anyway, that's your first Season 1 Roundup. The Summer 2023 done and dusted. If you've enjoyed this video, then please can you like, share and subscribe. Thanks so much everybody for doing that. We'll be back shortly with weekend forecast and a 10 to 14 day as well. And as I say, before summer update will be released tomorrow at GavsWeatherVids at 10 AM. Thank you so much to Richard for the lovely gift. Thank you so much, Richard, our summer 2023 updates gift. And thank you so much to all of those, you know, all of those websites and Met agencies, centres of excellence, you know, for producing those long-range forecast models and allowing us to share their data with you. Right, okay, so for the first Summer 2023 Season 1 Roundup, that's all for now, and thanks for watching.